Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video I will be sharing with you my experience of going abroad during the pandemic. So a month ago, which was at the end of November, I went to Gran Canaria. If you don't know where that is, Gran Canaria is part of the Canary Islands that belong to Spain, and they are located just west of the Sahara Desert in Africa. So that is a great place to go even in winter, because the temperatures remain above 20 and the sun is very hot. You can get a tan, you can swim in the sea. It's lovely. It's a great place to go all year round. I would even say that in the summer it may be too hot to go, so it's actually better to go in like autumn, winter, because the temperatures are a bit lower but they are still hot. So the reason I thought I would make this video is because obviously we've not been able to travel much throughout the pandemic, but it is possible as long as you follow the rules and you make sure you have the latest information, you know what to do. And that's what happened to us. So we went on the holiday because both countries, Spain and the UK, allowed travel. However, you had to take some extra measures. So the first thing I really need to stress is don't just assume things and don't believe what the headlines say and some news websites. Make sure you check the government website for the country where you're going to find out what are the restrictions and what are extra things you need to prepare and do and fill out and all that. So that's what we did. We went to the Spanish government website for the Canary Islands, and turned out that to be able to go there and stay, we had to have proof of our 2 doses of vaccine, so that we finished the full cycle of the vaccination. We had to fill out a Spanish passenger locator form, which was online, and then you got a PDF with a code as a result of that, and then at the border they check it, they had to scan it, and that was it. Just those 2 things and we were able to go on holiday there. Then again, for the UK it's important to check the government website, not read the news or anything like that. So to come back we had to buy day 2 lateral flow tests, so we got them pre-ordered and we needed the reference codes to be able to fill out the passenger locator form to come back to the UK, which you had to do, otherwise you wouldn't be able to get the boarding pass from the airlines. So you had to do that and then also show proof that you've been vaccinated. However, while we were there, the rules changed. So after coming home, you had to then take a PCR test rather than a lateral flow test. So we bought the lateral flow test, but then we had to order PCR tests while we were there to be delivered so that we can take them. Those would release us from the quarantine, because we had to quarantine until we get the negative result back at home. Spain had a few more restrictions just in everyday life than UK at the time, so again that is something to really be mindful of and check, because yes, you may be able to book flights and hotels somewhere, but they may actually have everything shut, no restaurants or anything's open, so you wouldn't enjoy a holiday then. You need to check and be sure that you'll actually be able to do things while you're on your holiday. So we had to wear masks on any public transport. We used a lot of taxis there. If anyone forgot to put the mask on, they would shout straight away, because for them it's their livelihood, they earn their money, they deal with so many tourists. If they catch COVID they can't work, so obviously it's important to respect that for them and wear the mask, which we did. And you also had to wear a mask in any shop, so that was nice and easy, nothing too crazy. We even had a cleaner come to our room to clean and change the towels, so things like that were still as normal. It's just the masks that we had to wear. One thing that I found really uncomfortable and annoying, but it's just something you have to do, is to wear the mask at the airport and on the flight. It was a just over 4 hours flight, and if you added the time spent at the airport, so that's like about 2 hours, 6 hours of wearing the mask. I don't know if it's just me, but I find it very difficult to breathe in those things, and also my ears hurt because it's pressing. I can live with it, I'm fine. Obviously I wore the mask, but I find that a bit annoying. So yeah, going there, had to just make sure I filled out extra forms and all that, paid for tests to come home, then again at home took tests. It was all quite smooth. However, a couple of days after coming home, I was in the office and I got a text that I've been in close contact with someone that has COVID. Now, you know if your friends or family or anyone you've been like in contact with has COVID, so I knew it wasn't actually someone I've been very close with, so I thought it must have been people on the plane. And my boyfriend had the same text, and our friends who went with us, they had the same text, so yeah, it was clear that I was someone on the plane. But thankfully, because I'm vaccinated, when I followed the link through from that text, it told me I don't have to isolate, but I had to book a PCR test, and that one was free. That one was just funded by NHS to make sure I don't actually have COVID and I'm not transmitting it. So I booked the test for a walk-in. I went, and then I got my result a few hours later, and it was negative. So yeah, I had to do the PCR test the next day after coming back. That one I had to pay for, came back negative, and then like literally 3 or 4 days later I had to do another one because of the ping. So yeah, so that is it. That's all there is. I have heard people saying that it's very stressful to travel and it's so difficult to get everything right and fill out all the forms, and from my experience it's not, if you follow the guidelines and the rules. If you get your information from official sources and just follow what they tell you, not stress but just fill out everything, then it's not very difficult. It's just extra admin, yes, and it's annoying, yes, and obviously the COVID test costs extra money, but you can do it and you are able to go abroad and have a holiday. Also this year I went to Poland, which is where I'm from. That was in September. The situation was similar, passenger locator forms and some tests. We had to take tests to come home, and so it was a bit different a few months ago. So yeah, that's it. That's all I had to say. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, or maybe you have some tips, advice, experience that you'd like to share on this subject. So yeah, feel free to put them in comments. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.